This is a 1935 Ford four-door convertible, okay? And why is it a story? Well, as you know, Ford made millions of Model Ts. The actual company began, I believe, in 1903. And they stopped making the Model T in 1927, and then they went to the Model A, and then the Model B, and then they, you know, from 33 or 4 to 37, or from that date up until 34, the car was considerably different than what you see behind me. This is a Model 48, and I think the single most interesting thing about the 48 is what Ford decided to do with the engine. They got rid of the four-cylinder Model A engine altogether. And the only engine that they offered in 35 was this 85 horsepower flathead V8. That's a cool motor, and they used that for a long, long time. But the styling, they really started to get into the styling. Henry Ford was not a leader in styling. He thought if we're selling cars, if they're going out the door, then we're doing fine. We don't need to change anything. That's why a 1912 Model T doesn't look that much different than a 1927 Model T. But slowly he got dragged into the new world, and he started producing cars that were actually designed with an artistic eye, as is the 35 Ford. And if you look closely and start noticing the differences between a 34 and a 35, you'll see, look at the grille area, look at how it's been bent backwards, okay? And look at the hood, how the 35 hood comes down over the grille. And then look at the difference on the way that the headlights are set into it. All right, look at, there's an absence of horns. The horns, they made the horns disappear. The horns used to be a styling note on the cars, oh God. But they got rid of the visible horns. There's a little horn, or horns, hidden behind the yellow driving lights. It's a completely different car from a design perspective. It was changed in terms of the suspension, still using leaf springs, but it was changed in terms of the suspension. And everything was kind of moved forward, and that gave you more room in back. So this is Ford styling at its very best in 1935, and the big news for Ford in 35 was that they sold more cars than Chevrolet. Not more of these necessarily. They made about a little over 6,000 of this model of the 48. And with an 85 horsepower engine, 3-speed transmission, great styling, there's a good reason why. It's really a fantastic car, and it's an icon. So, nice stuff. Trying to get you into it. We'll talk about other things next week. How about a Jaguar? How about an XKE? We'll do that one. We'll show you one of our restorations here at Branson Collector Cars. In the meantime, please like us however you do that, and then, you know, refer us or post us however you do that. But add to the numbers, and it keeps everything going, and it builds my pride. See ya.